If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Little House on the Road subscribers and followers. I've done several videos on the nuances of this experience. The things that the other RV YouTubers aren't talking about. You know, they might show you, some footage of what's going on in their life, and that's about it. But I really want everybody to get the taste and the feel of this before they jump out here. I would like for everybody to have some knowledge of what it's going to actually be like, the feelings and the emotions that go along with it. I did a lot of research on that, and I tried to find YouTubers that did that, and I just didn't find any. So I'm hoping that this will give somebody some insight to some of the negative feelings you have about doing this, some of the positive feelings. Well, my mother said to me the other day when I was talking to her, you used to talk to me when you call, you'd only talk about negative stuff, how you hated your job or what was going wrong with your job. What was up with your boss, or whatever, and it was always work related. But now you call me and you're talking about all the positive things that are happening, the things that you've seen, the things that you've done, how great the YouTube channel is doing. And so I wanted to point this out. I've said several times in these little nuance series that this experience, I think, has saved my life. It has added, I'm sure, years to my life expectancy. There was no way I was going to live very long working the way I was working. And it would make sense that my life was so miserable that I didn't talk positive about anything. I was just miserable all the time. And now it's hard to find anything to be miserable about. When I do talk to Mom about things, it's okay, well, I'm feeling a little worried. Well, an example was, we have spent an enormous amount of time in our first few weeks doing this, the first couple months, in the rain. And so, instead of calling Mom and complaining about the rain, I was calling Mom and talking about the rain and trying to find solutions on how to, do things and make us feel better so we weren't just drug out in the rain. It really has improved not only my stress level, but my mental health. Now I'm going to take this one step further. Carolyn has really bad anxiety attacks and really affect her mood severely. And when I met her, she was having anxiety attacks all the time. I bet at least weekly. And over the next year or so, Carolyn and I had worked with trying to deal with the anxieties and different things, and we talked it through, and they'd gotten better. They really had. And she would go a couple weeks, and then she'd have several in a row, and but what we have noticed is that since she's been out here, they're almost non-existent. There will be an occasion when something will flare her up, but they don't last near as long. And the other thing is, we were using some natural remedies, kava being one of them, and that helped her a lot. But now, I think she has taken one kava since she's been out here. Now, if anybody understands anxiety, this is a health issue that just kind of flares up. And it's very hard to control. And it's not necessarily something going on in your environment. You can just all of a sudden have an anxiety attack over nothing. But apparently, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know anything about this, but apparently the release of the stress is improving her anxiety, and she's just not having them anymore. She's more energetic, more willing. Here's the big one. She refused to deal with any social environment. She hated social environments. She hated people just showing up. And now she's having conversations with other campers. Good conversations. Engaged in the conversation. So this lifestyle seems to have just really taken the stress off and all the anxieties. And so anyway, I wanted to point that out, that really my mom kind of pointed out that our mental health is getting better. We still have fears out here. We really do. But those fears are not as bad as the stress that we had to deal with in normal society. And it's unbelievable now that I'm away from it, that society would require us, people, to kill ourselves. I just don't understand it. So anyway, that's part of my little nuance series. I hope that gives you some encouragement to take a look at this. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.